You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tap In. We are OneOOne. I'm your host, Andy Danchuk, and I'm here with my co-hosts and business partners, Sean Fry and James Black. What's going on, my boys?
What's up, baby?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to How We Doing.
Welcome to How We Doing. Welcome to How We Doing.
New segment. In time.
All right, guys. So you may not know it, but we have not recorded a podcast in 2 weeks because
Andy's fault.
I don't care whose fucking fault it is. It honestly, there's no excuses for it. There's nothing for it. We just haven't fucking recorded because we haven't felt like we can bring you good content.
Yeah.
And even re-listening to some of our last podcasts, we want to figure out a way to deliver a better message to you. But today we're just going to talk a little bit about progress. Today we're just going to talk about like progress insights, progress that we've had, things that we've noticed throughout this journey that I think need to be addressed because it not only helps us speaking about it, it helps everybody else hearing about it, especially per our team together, all of us together, by talking the way we talk and pointing out the things that we need to point out, just kind of help get our minds all in the right place to be doing the right thing. So it is your responsibility to tap into information that is going to benefit you and your life. This podcast will hopefully expand your thinking so that you can finally take control. So basically the past couple of weeks, I wouldn't even say the past couple of weeks. I would say the past couple of months for me, probably the past like two months for me have been particularly, I don't even know if I would call them harder. It's just a different type of struggle.
Slow?
But not even necessarily slow. It's just the past two, like, it's almost like seeing the progress that you've made and just appreciating it. Like, I've been throwing a couple things in life that it just threw me off my, I guess, routine, which is very easy to stay locked in and focused when you're in the same routine over and over and over, because you can just redefine it, and make it better, chip away at little things here, chip away at little things there that you like, that you dislike, and get better as a whole. But when you're thrown that curveball of no more routine, now it's like, okay, this is truly going to show me what type of habits have stuck and what type of thinking I'm now thinking like, versus when I'm just in my routine and all my normal habits, my way of thinking's almost like already known. It's already accepted. It's like a baseline. It's there. It's standard. But the second you throw some curveballs in there or some obstacles in there, now is when, instead of stressing out like you used to about things coming up and happening that are making it hard for you to execute your routine, you know, as part of your routine, that is shit that you have to get done that's going to push you forward, make you better. But now you have these obstacles, these curveballs, these different situations happening, whatever they may be, because that's life. It's always going to happen like that. Now it's like, okay, all this shit's happening. I'm not doing it the same way, but am I still getting it done? Based on like, okay, what about the days like, because even during my routine, there would be days where I wouldn't get shit done. And how would I feel after? I'd feel like shit after, because there was no reason for me not to get them done. But even during days like today, which is completely up in the air, it's different, it's stuff like that. Like, I have curveballs coming at me. I have situations going on where I can't even right now, if I wanted to go back into my old routine, I'm still adapting to a new routine that just kind of came as a part of my life through certain situations. And now it's still the same feeling at night when I go to bed if I don't get my list done or if I don't get my tasks done. I feel like shit. So prior to me going on this journey and starting all this, like, it wouldn't bother me if I wasted a day. I would go to sleep and I'd wake up the next day and that would be it. But now it kind of bothers me that I necessarily wasted a day, that I only needed to section out an hour of that day to get critical tasks done that I know would make me feel better when I went to sleep. So in a way, like, it may sound better that in the past I was going to sleep and not worrying about wasting a day, but now I feel better that when I go to sleep and I feel like I wasted the day and I shouldn't, there's no excuse not to, means that I'm getting closer to where I actually want to be, rather than just shrugging shit off and not giving a fuck about anything. Because I really don't give a fuck about anything, but at the same time, I do give a fuck about moving forward and the things I want to move forward in, because if I don't, I'll never move forward.
Yeah. And what's, like, as you said that you used to go to bed and not care that you wasted a day, which, like you said, most people look at it and be like, yeah, that's a good thing.
That's
like,
a good thing.
But what people don't
no.
realize, and I didn't realize really until we really got heavy into this, and probably, like, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago is like when I really understood it. And then just like how you went through your stuff the past 2 months, and like how we've kind of been off a little bit the past 2 weeks, I personally been off myself of setting, like, so I have a goal list for 2021. We all set our goals and stuff. We know what we want this year. So what I started doing with my critical task list is every single day I'd read my goals for a year, and I'd do something that would put me towards one of those goals for a year. So every single day I was taking one step closer.
That's huge.
These past 2 weeks now, because like I've just been way more busy and I haven't like figured out an actual schedule, got up early enough, whatever it may be, just because I've been trying to get extra sleep and stuff like that, where I haven't been able to even write down my task list, but I've been just doing it in my head. So like my main tasks that I know I have to do for like the 75 hard and stuff like that, I get done. The reading, like that stuff I do get done, but there was no tasks that I was worrying about that put me towards a different goal, like getting better at editing or whatever it may be that I wanted to get done. And what I realized is I started getting to that bad place of feeling worthlessness again. I started getting to that depressive feeling. I wasn't understanding what was happening. I was like, why am I starting to feel this way again? And this is something I battled for, I don't know, 3 years and stuff like that. And what people don't understand is like we've talked about it before, we are meant to have goals. We're meant to have these problems to work towards and work for and to get past. You're meant to go in a forward direction. You're not meant to stay stagnant or go backward.
Yeah.
So yeah, it might sound so good that you didn't care that you lost a day because you weren't over stressing about it, but what you don't realize is overall you will start to feel worthless the more you don't do something. The more you're okay with doing less and less and less, yeah, your mind starts to get fucked because you are not giving your mind any stimulus to get better, to move forward. You're not giving yourself a goal to look at and to strive forward. And even with the gym, dude, the gym for me lately has just been like, get in there, do your 45 minutes that you need to do and get out, because that's what I had to do for 75 hard. And I'm like, I don't want to be in the gym for fucking 2 hours. And then fucking yesterday, dude, or was it? No, Friday, I literally like almost broke down in the gym because I was like I was rushing it, trying to get out because Sarah wanted to hang out and shit like that, and she's kind of going through her own shit. So I was like, felt like it was a need to be important. Like it was important, which it is. Like, don't get me wrong, it's important that if your significant other, someone important to you, isn't feeling right, like you need to give them attention. But I have realized that I've started to not put myself forward, like myself first. So
how are you going to provide for her?
Yeah, exactly.
How are you in an anxious, fucked up mindset of I can't even work out fast enough to go help her? How do you truly expect to help her and benefit her if that's where your mind is? If that's where your thought process is right then and there? It's just like, it's like little shit like that. When they say take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else, like that shit is so fucking true. But don't fucking like taint the information. Don't take it in the wrong context. Don't flip it and think like you have to be this selfish asshole to then be good to people. Like that's not what they mean by it. Like,
no,
use fucking critical thinking to realize who you are.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with being self-centered or selfish or something, but you need to realize if you're not in a mental state, if you're not in a financial state or anything like that, physical state, to help anyone else, you physically can't do it unless you put that focus to get yourself there.
And then if you try to help somebody else while you're in that state, it's just going to cause more bad because it's going to... you know what, like when you want to help somebody so badly but you know you can't, or when you want something so badly that you know you can't have, what do? You continue to think about it, and then what happens? Anxiety's on fucking overload. You're bugging out because you've overthought 10,000 ideas how it's going to happen, and the best thing you could have possibly done is just forget it. Let it go. Say, I can't help this person right now, but if I help myself, as in prepare to put myself in a position where I will be able to help in the future, I won't have this situation ever happen again.
Exactly.
I'll be ready. And it might take you a year to get to a point where you can help people.
It might take you 5 years.
It might take you 5 years, but do that work so that you're where you want to be.
Yeah. And you'll
feel good about it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be financially, it could be mentally. Because even financially, right now, like, my focus has been, dude, you need to pay off your debt. You need to stop spending money and shit like that.
And it's just
my biggest issue is, my biggest issue is I spend over $800 a month on fuel alone because of how far I have to drive for work. And then Sarah's far shit away too. So I try to like make it happen when I'm at work. That's when I'll go see her because then I'm already down there. She lives like somewhat close to my work. But the biggest thing lately is she's going away to college in a month. So like, she wants to go do things, and I've expressed to her like, yo, I need to save money, I need to pay off stuff, I need to be able to do the stuff that I need to do right now, because like if I don't, when you get out of college in 4 years, I'm not going to be anywhere else. I'm still going to be at my parents' house, whatever. But if I get this shit done now and focus now and sacrifice time that we could go out and like go get food or like go do something cool, like go to on a vacation, whatever it may be. It might be as stupid as going to like Six Flags because she really wants to go to Six Flags and shit like that. Like if I sacrifice that shit now, in 5 years we won't ever have to worry about it.
And you can do that every day if you really want.
Exactly.
But it's sacrificing it one time now in the early years when you truly can't afford
and
it.
It feels so hard now because like we are fresh and we are new and we haven't built like that solid relationship yet where it's like, yo, I want to be able to spend money on you. I want to be able to like,
but you're also not
away.
Building bad habits. You're not spending money that you don't have on her. Like realistically, if she wasn't around, you wouldn't spend any money on her.
Exactly.
You wouldn't at all because, and that money would be spent on things that you need to spend it on.
Yeah.
But just because she's there and because of the normal thought process of majority of society thinking that this is the way it has to be, that's where things get fucked up, and that's why relationships get so hard nowadays.
Because, dude,
that's why so many fail nowadays.
Yeah.
It's just unnecessary, unneeded stress
Bro,
for no reason.
I've had crazy stress, and like I feel like
I
can't even
that's
express
not what
it.
a relationship's there for.
Yeah.
That's
and
not a relationship's
not even
supposed to lift you up. It's not supposed to hold you down.
And it's not even the fact that it's because of her and she's
no,
like,
it's not. That's your problem.
It's my mindset because to me, I feel as the man like I have to do this. And I don't even express it to her. Like I'll express like, hey, like I'm hurting for money. But then when she brings it up, brings up like wanting to do something. I feel like terrible being like, yo, like I really can't do that right now. I'm like, all right, I'll fucking make it work. You know what I mean? But
then by you saying you'll make it work, it makes everything not work for you.
And we just had the
it makes it work for you and her. But here comes the whole selfishness. It makes it work for you and her. But it doesn't benefit. It actually negatively benefits you.
Yeah.
It hurts you. But you do it anyway because you think the benefit of togetherness is better than the benefit of yourself when that's completely false. The betterment of yourself before the betterment of your relationship. Because the only way the relationship gets better is when you're better. Mm-hmm. And it sounds fucking twisted, it sounds selfish, it sounds fucked up, but that's the fucking cold hard honest truth about it, and that's why it's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants something before they give something.
Exactly.
No.
And it's everybody wants that gratification now. So like that, like if you're in a relationship, instant. You feel like, yo, like we're fresh, whatever, or we're together. Like, we should be doing this stuff now. We're young, but like no, like what's that huge saying that everyone says? Work in your 20s so you don't have to work in your 30s and so forth. But so that's real shit because if you work now, you put in all the work, you sacrifice all the shit now. When you're 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, that's when you can actually go out and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
But if you enjoy yourself in your 20s and don't build a solid foundation, you'll always be playing catch up the rest of your life.
It honestly it scares me kind of
but like don't get me wrong, like
imagine it this way too. Imagine getting in a relationship, having a good relationship, right? You guys not going out, not doing all these things, right? You're now 2 years, 3 years, a year, 5 years into a relationship, whatever it may be. You hit a point where things start to get boring. You hit that stage kind of like falling out of love, which you're not consistently going to be in love with this person like you were the first day you met.
There's a fucking honeymoon phase, and those come and go.
So now imagine you sacrificed all these small amenities in the beginning to build a solid, strong, good relationship built on good core values, built on honesty, built on trust, all these good things, right? And your relationship's fine, but it's not like crazy exciting stuff like that. You put in all this work. You did all your work for yourself. Now you're 5 years down the line. The relationship's kind of dwindling. You're both at a weird standpoint, but you're both doing really, really well individually. And now you're at a point where you can step out and go do these fun things. You can afford to do these fun things. Both. She can afford it on her own. You can afford it on your own, because individually the past 5 years, you did the work you needed to, not only to make your relationship connection stronger intellectually and mentally, but you also did it in the sense of you didn't build bad habits of filling a void of something that you thought should be there. You were able to fight that. So now you're able to go out and have fun and do all these fun things and truly enjoy them for what they are and who they're with because of all the hard work you put in. And honestly, that sounds fucking sexy to me.
I was going to say, and you explain it right there, like something I picked up on. It's almost like a rebirth of a relationship.
Exactly.
Because as you said, like you might get stagnant.
You didn't expend it.
Yeah.
Like while you were in the honeymoon phase, take advantage of the honeymoon phase.
Dude,
for what it is, just being in love with that person for who they are.
Yeah.
Don't waste the honeymoon phase. I'm not saying waste it, but don't necessarily don't
try
disappear
to
and get lost into this. Like, all right, you're already lost in a honeymoon phase because of how fascinated you are of this new person and what they're about. And then you're going to taint it with, not necessarily taint it, then you're going to enhance it with experiences that you're doing on a consistent daily basis that isn't sustainable to daily life. Yeah. You know that as a person, you couldn't sustain that sort of relationship with somebody unless you were already set up.
Yeah.
Unless you already had everything you wanted to have, you had the career you wanted to have, you were making the money you wanted to have, you were doing the things you wanted to do without them, then you could have that relationship and withstand it. But people start that sort of relationship and then they can't withstand it because they still have to put in work for themselves.
Yeah.
And then all this fucking bullshit happens.
Well, think about, dude, what you just said. I'm 24, she's 18. So, like,
you have a lot of work to do.
You have a lot. Exactly. We're young, and that's a big issue too. Is you see these kids that are our age or even younger, or even a little bit older than us. If you're still in your 20s, you're really not at that point. Like, yeah, there's some outliers, but you're not at that point where you can even do that. Where you are at that point in your life where you can be like, okay, we can do whatever the fuck we want because we're stable enough financially and everything like that. So really these beginning years, what usually gets fucked up is that's the exact thing. You do all this shit, you go out, you get all this outside stimulus on top of your honeymoon phase. So then it falls off hella hard because that outside stimulus, you start losing things that you're able to do. There's new things aren't coming as easy as they were.
Exactly. You already expended them.
And that person isn't new anymore. So now you got two stimulus that you were having that were fucking bombarding you that made you feel absolutely amazing.
Euphoric.
And all of a sudden they started falling off together. And now you're like, I don't even know this person anymore. But it's not that. It's just that you had all this stimulus shit that
you were completely ignored. Everything.
You were literally fucking high off of the dopamine and shit that it was producing your brain. So now you have that, but also...
And now you're dealt with nothing.
Exactly.
You don't have any honeymoon phase, and you can't do shit because you wasted all your time and fucking money during the honeymoon phase.
And now it's time to get serious.
And now you're exactly.
So now shit's gonna get real boring, and now you guys are gonna be like, do we even love each other, or like this isn't for me because we don't have fun anymore?
When that's not the case.
Exactly. It's exactly how you said it should be reversed, where we're young, we know we have to get to somewhere. Let's form a good connection.
And then once we're established, then let's start doing shit.
Let's learn solely us. Like, yeah, we can go out and eat every once in a while. We can go out and do like little stuff here and there. But
there's still going to be the parties here and there.
Yeah.
There's still going to be some nights.
You don't need to go out every single weekend.
There's still going to be ice cream. You're still doing shit. You're still living life, but you're not putting all this time and focus and stress
and money and all that
doing
shit.
All this amazing shit. Yeah. Seeing all these people going on this vacation, doing that.
I mean, if you can't do it, you can't do it. Like, don't stress about it. Like, if you have obligations that like you have fucking work or you don't have the money, if you have obligations to go for, then you guys need to be like, yo, this is the priority.
This is what's important to me. So if you want to be important to me, you'll respect that. You'll let me handle this, and we'll like the fun times will be there.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're just not going to be there every single day, all day.
And you got,
like most honeymoon relationships start out, and then what happens? They die fucking
in 3
quickly.
months, and 3 months they're fucking dead, because then all of a sudden it's just not the same anymore. You're like, what happened to the fire? What happened to the spice? Well, that was all just outside stimulus. It
was just fucking dopamine
that shit
on
comes
top
and
of
goes.
dopamine on top of dopamine on top of dopamine.
Exactly. And it's just fucking, it's a crazy way to view it. And I'm glad you brought that up, because like that kind of just opened my eyes of like, dude, like it's the same thing with like progressive overload. You can tie it to, you progressively add more stimulus. So
because if you, what'd you say with working out? If I started working out the way we started working out, we probably would have, our muscles would have got used to it.
Yeah, and you would have to
that first week, and then with our intensity, that second week would have had to be even higher.
It's the same issue I struggle with right now. Is I cannot build muscle I cannot go to the gym and half-ass anything. I cannot go to the gym and even like put effort into it. I need to go in the gym and absolutely murder myself to put on muscle.
Because of how many times you've done it in the past.
Yeah, for the past 3 years of my life, I was insane in the gym, and that's a very
it's hard. Like good and bad.
It's good and bad because I push myself to crazy levels, but it sucks now because I'm like, I don't want to focus that much in the gym. I don't want to have to get myself in that mindset.
I still want to enjoy the gym and have fun, but I can't go and do this amount of work every single day because I want to focus on other things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I literally cannot grow. Like right now I can get lean. I got fucking shredded, no problem. Like I could always do that. That's no issue. But me putting on muscle right now requires so much stimulus that I physically cannot do it unless I fucking kill myself in the gym. And like, bro, it's something I battle with every time I go to the gym. Like, I'm not ready to go back to there yet. I'm not ready for that. I have injuries, and I'm like, dude, like I don't want to be in the gym 2.5 hours because I would rather be home working on my car or fucking working on an edit. Like I got things to do with the business. So like, you could view that in every single aspect of your life, and relationships is huge. Like, do not burn yourself out so early. Yeah, this was just honestly like fucking eye-opening, just thinking about the way we just went about that.
Good. Well, for me, the process comes down to you're building something daily in your life. Like your life isn't a party. You're not just waking up, I'm gonna go party today. Like you're building something. In the gym you're building, in your life you're building. So in your relationship with that person, like everyone thinks I get in a relationship and then like we're just friends and we have fun and like maybe, I don't know, but when you're looking at someone, like legitimately have to say like, hey, like I'm building something. Are you interested in building this too? And like, oh yeah, I want to build this too. Like, hey, this is what it takes to build a fucking empire. So we're not going to be doing what everyone else is doing because they're not building empires. They're not trying to do what we're trying to do.
So
they're not looking
that to be hard to find
right.
That person.
They're not looking to do those fucking things that me and you are going to be trying to do. So we're not in a relationship. We're in a business. Like in a business, you're looking to build. Like, and I hate to say it like a business, but it's the same thing. Like you work with your partners. They're interested in the same thing you're doing. You're working towards a goal to build a business to fucking be something great. Like that's the same thing with a relationship. You're building a relationship with that person because you're interested in the same things. You want to go to the same place. You have the same goals in mind, and you're building an empire with them. If they're not building with you, then you're building your life with someone who's not interested in doing the things you're building, the things that you want to build.
The most important connection is if it's a fucking dude because you're a girl, your man is like your most important mastermind. And for me, my woman is my most important mastermind because they're probably going to get most of your time because at a certain point in your life, you'll most likely live with them. You know, so if you think about it that way, if you're spending this much time, that person is important. And no, they're not supposed to be perfect. And yes, they're supposed to challenge you. All these things that like the resistance that people try to hide from, that people are scared of, that people don't want, the fighting and stuff like that, that's all good stuff that needs to happen so that both of you can grow into what you want to grow to together. The reason you're fighting is because you disagree about something, and the only way to get better and have a better relationship is to solve that problem that you're fighting about together and come up with a solution that makes sense together to be the best that you can be together, or don't be together. It's that simple. If you're just there to argue your point and be right about your point, and you know what you know and you're all about it, then you don't want to be together, then marry yourself, motherfucker, because you're in love with yourself and you know everything, so you're good. You're where you want to be. And
no, when it comes to arguing, it's a necessity because obviously you guys are not the same exact person. You'll argue with your fucking self with your own thoughts. So like
exactly,
arguing is definitely a necessity in a relationship, and the second part to that that's a necessity is you guys need to come to a closure of it. It's not just like, all right, whatever, like yeah, like I'm sorry, but like be not real about it and just be like, I just want this person to shut up and we'll move on and we won't have to deal with this.
No, solve the fucking problem.
Because it's going to keep coming up until you solve it. And if you don't solve it, you guys just end up not going to be together because you're going to keep, even if you guys shut up about it, never bring it up again, it's going to be in the back of your heads. Whatever's bothering one of you will still be in the back of your heads. And eventually that's going to end the relationship.
It literally deteriorates.
But like back to James was saying, I just wanted to add something real quick is that like Sarah is very understanding with all this. So I didn't want to make it seem like that she's forcing me to do this shit. So Sarah, like, I've talked to her and she's like, no, she's like, trust me, I fully understand. Like, we don't have to do shit that spends money. She's like, I just really want to go out and do stuff just because I'm leaving, but we can figure it out and stuff like that. So like, we have a happy medium, but it comes down to me, myself as the man feeling the need to, without even her telling me she needs it, or even her reassuring me that she doesn't care. Like, she's cool with whatever we have to do because she understands what I'm trying to do. It still weighs down on me where it's something I have to break and understand it. It's just like what James said. We have different goals than most people, especially in our age. Is usually people our age fucking care about partying and going out and spending the money, and then they get serious as they get older. But we're doing it vice versa. We know that we want to live our lives free. So now's the time to put in the work, to struggle, to get the shit done, sacrifice, and then we can start living free as we get older.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I don't want to live free now and then struggle all later.
Fuck that. Yeah.
I'm not fucking like it's been shown to us a million fucking times before. A majority of how people end up fucking living and then dying, and what happens is they live free for a majority of their fucking 20s into their 30s, right? Like all their fucking past friends majority. And parents. And now what are they doing? They're still struggling to find jobs. They're still struggling to find money. They're still struggling to put food on the table. Like,
just look around at the general population. The general population of what you see. So like it's like. People going out and partying. Not everyone is going to be part of the general population. People are going to figure it out. But for the most part, the general population you see out there nonchalanting around is just like your neighbors, that your older neighbors you're seeing in regular neighborhoods and regular houses with regular cars who also have stories of struggling daily. But this is also off the decisions that they make. Like, these are your decisions that you make. Like,
well, because they rather look, one way or another, as human beings, we all can accept the fact that you will struggle in life.
Well, you have to.
There's no way. I don't think there's anybody on this planet who's never struggled ever. I don't. It's struggle's part of what creates who you become. So struggle's necessarily a necessity for molding you. It's like that whole picture, to be the artist and the carving at the same time. Like, it's up to you to sculpt your own life. And what was it saying? It was like, I don't remember. It said something fucking. I feel
even like what you just said, that there's no one that's never struggled. It doesn't matter if you fucking run from it or if you face it head on. You're going to face that struggle eventually.
But, okay, back to that point. But the reason I was making that point, why not struggle when you're young and able to struggle?
Yeah.
Like, when you face adversity when you're a young kid, it didn't phase you nearly the way it phases you as an adult. Because the pressures as an adult feel so much more based upon all the opinions around you. As an adult, like, as a kid, you could basically do anything and get away with it. And what they say, oh, he's just a kid. But as an adult now, all this fucking pressure gets held on you. So why not struggle and do all the hardship when you're young and just, oh, he's young, he's stupid.
Not even that.
And have that free pass. Like right now at 26 years old, even now they if I made a big catastrophic, terrible mistake that fucking ruined my life in a sense, they would laugh at me. Oh, he's just a young, stupid kid, he's learning, you know? But if I made that same mistake at 45 because I chose to party for the first 30 years of my life and waste it, and then I decided to struggle at 30 to 45, I now am held by so much more pressure based upon everybody else's opinions about things because I fucked up when I was 45 versus fucking up when I was 25.
And there's two things that one, like, look at the time difference. You're 20 and you fuck up, you have 60 plus years. You're 45, 50, you have 30 years of solid health to do whatever you're trying to fucking do. But then also on that, as you become an adult, your overhead of responsibilities is much, much higher and just keeps growing and growing and growing.
Yeah.
When you're young, you have less responsibilities, whether it be money, whether it be being able to jump back and forth from different jobs.
Yeah.
So, like, when it comes to, like, I'm 24, say I fucking decide, or say I don't even want to say get fired, but, like, say something happens where my career changes.
Fuck it, say
I'm
fired.
I'm 24 years old. I can pick up a brand new career, start from the bottom, work my way all the way to the top.
But you can do that at 45 too.
45.
But people tell you it's harder at 45. So that's what I'm saying. All I was making that point was like, do the harder things early, fuck up early.
But learn yourself, as you're young. Figure this shit out. Go through it now.
Don't do it when you're 45 because then you're going to go at 45, your dad's probably 60 something. You fuck up at 45 and go to talk to your dad at 45 and he's 60 something, he's going to be like, son, you're 45 now. You know,
you're not 24 anymore.
You kind of fuck. Exactly. Look at just that alone. That's like the majority. So why not fucking struggle early on?
But even that,
and then party when don't you want to party when you have kids? Don't you want to be hanging out when you have other family members around, like retiring when you're like, if you grind all through your teens and your 20s, and then in your early 30s, you're basically established when your parents are retiring and shit like that. Then you can enjoy people do things. Like, I don't know. Like,
bro.
In
like,
your
for
early
me, when
years,
when I get to 40, I want to just start kicking it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have any responsibilities. Like, like, my responsibilities, I want them to be handling themselves. Like, I want to be financially stable where I don't have to worry about this shit.
Yeah.
But what I was saying with the job thing, like, when you're 40, you can rebuild from the bottom 100%. It will be tougher, though, because most likely, like, obviously there's still some outliers there where you could be 45 still living with your parents or whatever it may be. But when you're 45, like I said, you have a lot more overhead. You might have a fucking house. You might have kids. You might have fucking multiple baby mamas. Like, I don't know the situation. But your overhead might be a shit ton more.
Multiple baby mamas.
But that's a hell of a lot more baggage
than when you're 20.
You know?
When you're 24 years old, you don't really have any of that. So starting off young, going through the shit while you're young, sacrificing while you're young, that's the time to fucking do it. Don't wait. Don't party yourself away now because you will be playing catch up, like I said earlier, the rest of your life.
You won't be playing catch up. You'll never fucking catch up, bro. You literally been running backwards for fucking 20-something years. Okay, let's say you start fucking taking shit serious when you fucking turn 28 and you realize you don't have anything fucking that you wanted and that you fucking probably spent over 50 grand on alcohol in the past fucking 5 years, and you realize what that fucking 50 grand could do for you when now you're 28 years old, you've been drinking for fucking 5 years like a fish because that's what everybody else fucking does, and majority of everybody else isn't wealthy, but we're gonna fucking do exactly what they do anyway because we think if we follow everybody else, like, we're different.
We'll just get where we want to be.
The success fairy's gonna come and fucking put his fucking dick on my head and bless me. Okay?
Here you go, young sir.
I'm just gonna become wealthy as fuck. But I did exactly what everybody else fucking did for the past fucking 10 years of my fucking life, and yet I'm still curious why the fuck I'm nowhere where I want to be. Like these questions are you gotta be an idiot. You gotta be a fucking idiot to just follow. Dude, it just makes me fucking sick inside. It does. But I understand why you do it because even me understanding what I understand and putting all this work into what I understand, I still want to go fuck off and party and be a fucking asshole because that's what everybody fucking does. So yes, it's hard to do the complete fucking opposite and take control of you and your fucking life so that you actually become something because it's fucking addicting, bro. I love smoking weed. No, I don't.
He loves it.
I love smoking weed, but I hate drinking alcohol. I love partying.
I
love fucking with people. I love being a complete, total, retarded asshole with no fucking responsibility, no fucking care in the world. Like, yeah, it's fucking fun. And yeah, part of you has to be a non-caring fucking asshole to even win at life. But in good fucking ways, not out at the fucking bar at Saturday night with fucking fake ass fucking friends who are never going to go anywhere in life, but yet you think.
Well, I'm glad that we're not doing. I mean, I'm glad I've been doing what I've been doing. I've been off. I haven't been doing everything I was supposed to be doing, but I've been getting my business shit done. I've been getting my videos done. I've been applying my fucking good habits, willing to learn, willing to change, whatever I can do to become better. But I haven't been completing my task list. I haven't been holding myself accountable to do certain things. Even though I'm getting my shit done, I'm researching into the new ventures I want to fucking do. I'm actually ordering my books so they come in. I can't get them, even though I'm not reading right now because I just finished them. But, you know, like, even though I'm not right on top of everything I'm supposed to be doing, I don't feel like, I feel more like I'm going through the motions, but it's able to make me realize what I like. Like, I realize when I'm not reading, like, I enjoy reading, I enjoy the information, I enjoy learning new shit. So that's something that, like, I want to get back to. I enjoy doing that. I enjoy finishing my task list because it's helped me hold myself accountable to do the things just even in my daily life, like subconsciously. Like, I'm at the point now where I'm doing things that were on my task list that I could take off because I'm subconsciously just doing them. Yeah. So at this point, they don't need to be on there. I don't need to worry about it, even though I haven't been finishing it because I just haven't been reading, which is a pretty bad excuse. But that's what it is. And my progress, now I can grow. Now I can make those changes, change those things, and get to where I actually want to be.
Facts. Big facts. But it's just kind of, this whole podcast was really just to touch base. This whole podcast was really just to help, I think, us three center ourselves a little bit better and get back into the correct mindset that we need to be in to provide good information to you that you can actually benefit from. But when we fall off, we need to talk about it. And by us talking about it in the open and talking about it with you guys, we all make progress together. And you get to see, the whole reason that we did this podcast is so that we can see the struggle that it truly does fucking take. Like, dude, we fucking struggle every fucking day. Do I like this shit? Absolutely fucking not. Like, I really fucking don't. Like, I am a lazy fucking asshole, bro.
We all just want to chill, bro. I battle every day where I just want to lay down and not do shit.
Bro, if you don't think I want to fucking wake up every day and rip dirt bike wheelies down the fucking street and smoke whatever the fuck I want, you're wrong.
Bro, sometimes I struggle to even want to get up and ride. I'm just like, man, I just want to turn on YouTube and watch people ride. Like, that's like.
But that's fucked up.
It's fucked up, like, but that's what we still battle. Like, even when it comes to doing that shit, like, there's many times where I'm like, bro, like, just go get up and actually go do it yourself, so like you fucking start getting better at it, whatever it may be. But that's exactly what this podcast is about, dude. We're going through ourselves. So yeah, we fell off the past few weeks and stuff like that, and we're going through it. Now we were able to self-evaluate what happened to ourselves, talk about it to each other, talk about like why it even happened and freaking ways to make it better and stuff, and now we can bring it to you guys. So that's literally what this is all about.
So, I'm glad. I'm still trying to find this fucking quote that I was. It basically described like.
Well, your time's up.
It basically described like an artist being. If you are the artist, the sculpture of your own life, expect. It was something like expect to feel the pain, but know you're the one that is creating the pain. And you're only feeling pain because it's changing you, but it's good change that you're the one that's behind. So imagine like you could step out of your body and then
sculpt
yourself. Like, obviously, if you're sculpting yourself, you're gonna feel the changes.
It's gonna be painful.
So some part of those changes, you're gonna feel. It's gonna fuck with you. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna like. It's gonna be. It's not necessarily gonna be easy. Like pain-free processes. You're sculpting somebody else. You're sculpting your life. It's not gonna come easy. It's not gonna happen easy. It's not gonna feel
you're
easy.
Gonna feel every inch of it. You're gonna feel every needle,
because it's your life, and you're the one that is the direct fucking like director behind all of these things.
You know, that's something weighing in on me a lot, that like I let it sink into my mind, and I'll touch on it real quick. It's just that we have so much fucking time, so like we're not gonna sculpt ourselves in 1 year.
No,
we have
what the fucking
60 plus years.
Some of the most amazing paintings in history of fucking history took fucking 60, 70 years, bro.
Imagine being that disciplined to stay to one sculptor, one painting for that long.
But they weren't. They forgot about it for a year or two. But that's what I'm saying.
It's
something of that magnitude was forgotten about for years on end over the course of the entire process, because that's how painful and hard the process was. But because he just continued to stick with it, 60 fucking years later, it's known as one of the greatest fucking things in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's shit like that. And we're constantly in this fucking, like, just... Stop getting trapped in these fucking sick ways of thinking that society tells you you're supposed to think, you know? And fucking, when you do feel pain, know you're in the right place. When you are suffering, make sure that your suffering is for good reason. Because you should be suffering, but only if you know it's pushing you forward and making you better. You're capable of this. We're capable of this. Together, we can create some amazing fucking things. Get on your fucking horse, figure it the fuck out, do the hard things, form a fucking mastermind with 2-3 other fucking people and change your fucking life. Like, that's all it takes. You have the capabilities of doing this. I can promise you that. It's been done before many times in history by many amazing people, and all of these amazing people that have done it before, that have truly done it, all want to teach you how to do it as well, because they understand how abundant this world truly is. So stop playing this whole fucking victim mentality bullshit, fucking gimme fucking instant gratification shit, and fucking start thinking fucking differently. If you think it right now, it's wrong, because it hasn't got you to where you actually want to be, unless you are where you want to be. If you are where you want to be, then you probably shouldn't even be listening to this. But if you are listening to this, then most likely you're not where you want to be. And that means most likely you're going to have to change 99% of the things you believe. Yeah, I don't even know who the fuck I am anymore. Which is kind of a good thing, because it's helping me figure out who the fuck I am. But... you know what to do. You know the vibes. We outside. No, we're not.
We inside.
We about to be outside. Enjoy this beautiful Sunday. Well, I don't know. It'll be a Monday.
Yeah, Monday. So enjoy your beautiful Monday.
It'll be a Monday.
Kill that fucking work.
It might be a beautiful Monday. It might not be. But every day.
But it's still beautiful.
Every day is beautiful. We love you guys. Thank you.
Love you.
Peace.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions. They blocking your vision, but no, you can't listen. That shit is all fiction, cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming.